Okay, so I'm doing this presentation, how to start, run your own record label. This is what I've been doing.
Can
With
you
my
speak up a
friend.
little? I can't hear you over the fan.
Yeah, sorry. This is I've been doing this record label with my friend. He founded it in 2007, and I've been helping him with it since around 2010. We've together we found other record labels. We've been doing a number of them, but this is the main one. This is Captain Crook Records, but that's not really what important. This is just about how to start your own. It's free. I mean, if you want to add tapes, which I'm not going to be showing, that's extremely cheap. The hardest thing really is just getting the materials and making sure you keep up with people's orders, but that's not, once you get a flow going, that's not so bad. The biggest thing that I and Slade have both, Slade is the other person who runs this with me, is getting cassette recorders that work. Right now, he called me last week, he said, I'm surrounded by like 7 cassette recorders that do not work. I'm freaking out, I'm like behind on orders. So I've been helping him with orders. But I only have one that works as well, and even that barely works. But you can find them cheap. It's just a matter of if you can test them before you use them. And also tapes themselves. A lot of times a tape will look perfectly good, but it just won't work in certain recorders, but then it might work in another recorder. That's the tape aspect of it. You want to get, if it's just your own music, that's fine. You start your own Bandcamp, it's free. Just go to bandcamp.com. You can either start your own label on there, which is what I'm mostly explaining, which can be you and your friends, or it can be anybody, whoever wants to be on there. We always make all the actual music free, just the cassettes we have you pay for, and that's usually just to cover costs. We don't really make any money off of it. But you can do whatever you want. You can set the price to whatever you want. We don't just do tapes, we do vinyl and CDs as well, but just for today, I'm covering tapes because it's like 90% of what we do. But yeah, all you gotta do, like I said, is go to bandcamp.com, come up with a name, like ours is CaptainCrookRecords.bandcamp.com. You can also
What is
just,
yours again?
it's CaptainCrookRecords.bandcamp.com. You can also just go to CaptainCrookRecords.com, it'll redirect you. But it's free, anybody can do it. You can either make it a label and have different artists, like this will have this one's Newsman Hollington, there's Ryan Manhole, Green Schwinn, you got some other ones, you got Digital Gringo, Cool Magic Dolphin, but you can also just have it as one artist on there as well, it just depends. A good way to get people on your label is to do a comp of a certain style or genre, or just as like a tribute, and that'll get people from different walks of life on there, and you can introduce it and have them introduce it to their friends, and then more people find your label. I think comps are the best way to get people on there. This is just label stuff in general, not necessarily tapes. But if you want to get tapes, these ones are from a guy known as GetYourCassettesHere.com. A lot of times he sent me these for free. He'll send you, if you like get on his his list, he'll send you a lot of stuff for free for samples, but also you can get. He sent me these green ones. These were $2 a cassette. These were pretty nice. He's up in Canada, so he's the cheapest guy I know. Even though the shipping is really expensive through the U.S., it's still cheaper than almost anybody I've bought specialty cassettes from in the U.S. You can also just use like regular stuff that I've gotten from the thrift store. This is the original old 70s style cassette boxes, which I think are fun. But you can just use anything really to tape over an old cassette. If it doesn't have these little flaps on the top, which is hard to see here, then just put some tape over the top, and you can tape over them. It's not hard. Maybe just decorate them, but.
I was going to show it in the thing,
Oh,
the tops, because
Oh,
I think
yeah.
some people don't know.
it's hard to see because it's clear.
We'll use the pink one.
The pink one doesn't have the flaps.
Oh, okay.
No, you gotta wear the camera.
Right here.
I don't know why these pink ones don't have the flaps. I actually special ordered these, but but whatever. It's still not. You can the guy at Get Tapes Here. You can have him do, since I got these for free. Like I didn't actually have a choice of how much length was on them, but you can normally custom order to be however long or short you want them to be. It's not that hard. But yeah, the main thing is also if you can get free advertising. This isn't the paper that we had it in. This is actually from. We're somewhere in Pennsylvania, or no, Cleveland. But in the, a lot of times Columbus. But the ad is in here, it's just an example. But a lot of times the local colleges would let us put in ads for the label for free in both Oregon. And I used to do them in the ECC paper, but the ECC paper doesn't run anymore. But we still have ads in a lot of the local Oregon college papers. And also Facebook will let you have free ads sometimes. But really, it's just, I think comps are a better way to get your name out there. Even if you're not doing tapes and you're just doing all digital. You can charge for digital, but we never charge for digital. We just charge for the tapes. Which, once in a while, we'll charge for a CD, but only because we don't really want you to buy the CD. We'll send the CDs for free with other orders, so sometimes we'll make it so you don't, it's kind of like, we don't want you to buy it to detractor. There's all sorts of ways to run it, but the last one we did, must have been before this, but we gave them away for free. They did a road trip of Canada. They just took them to all sorts of stores in Canada. So that's like another way to just do it. Just do a bunch of like free tapes and like leave them in boxes or record stores. Or it's not really, the sky's the limit. You do whatever you want. It's not that hard. But yeah, as far as that goes, I think that's really the main gist of it. Just Bandcamp, I think, is better because there's a merch option. I don't know if there's a merch option on SoundCloud, but if there is, you can do that too.
There isn't, I don't think.
Yeah, as far as I know, Bandcamp's more if you want
Maybe there
merch.
is.
We don't just do tapes, we also do have merch. We have shirts and buttons. We even have pogs. Buy the pogs. The pogs are fun. They're only $1 a bag. There's all sorts of stuff. You can sell whatever you want on Bandcamp. It's not even just music. We do all sorts of things. We have original art for sale. Can't remember her name, but she was offering if you buy a tape and you prove you bought it, if you go to her barbershop, she'll give you a haircut, which is another fun thing. Can't remember the name, but yeah, that's just all sorts of. Just get unique with it, and that's really the whole presentation as far as I can think of. So, if anybody
Do you have
has
any questions?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I'd like to ask some questions, but I'm not
Alright.
sure what to ask because I try to make compilation CDs of my own, and I guess if I had to choose, maybe if I do something like this, I have to probably figure out what kind of cover.
Yeah, it's just getting art's another thing I should have brought up. Like you can either make your own. There's lots of websites where you can get free art that people put up for free for you to use. Like they'll just want you to credit them in the credits and stuff. There's also lots of Bandcamp sites where they offer you to let you use their music on your own compilations if you want. Just credit them. You can also there's lots of.
I do that with SoundCloud.
That's fun. Yeah, that you can do that on SoundCloud as well. I also have been putting together a lot of old public domain compilations of different music from all 50 states, which I think is another fun thing you can do. Just get public domain compilations. Because a lot of times people will actively put their music in the public domain even if it's new. So it doesn't necessarily have to be old. People just have to declare that their stuff is in the public domain. So you can do all sorts of cool stuff like that.
Well, there's the archive.org. Have you went through the 78 collection?
Archive.org, you got to be careful because a lot of the stuff on there, even the 78s, even if they're on there for free, they're not necessarily public domain. A lot of it is, but some of it's not. As long as it's made past 1928, you're good. But
Okay.
anything 29 and anything 29 and beyond, normally they're not going to care, but you just got to be careful because you don't want to get your Bandcamp page shut down.
Mm.
So,
Are they really vigilant with that?
they're not, but someone can be just a jerk and report you.
Yeah.
That's
They're
right.
not very vigilant. Like technically, Bandcamp doesn't allow covers, but everybody does covers, and nobody really cares.
I try not to do covers. I mean, my stuff is the stuff I put out there is original, and
Yeah, that's
I try to make sure the original is noticed more.
yeah, like everything. Yeah, lots of people do covers on here, but most of it's the only one that has covers is the Green Schwinn one, and that's just because one of the covers is a cover of our friend Slade and the Big Nothing. But yeah.
So it's another artist on the.
Yeah, he's another.
Yeah.
He's the guy who co-founded Captain Crook, really.
Okay.
And then the mascot of Captain Crook is this lovely cat designed by. I can't remember her name. Hold on. If I go down, I can find it. Where is the name? Where is Douglas? Where the heck is it? All the way few years and years ago. Oh, check out Zach Bryson. His Natural Born Eastman. I booked his tour here in Buffalo once. He's really good. He's got a 4-string banjo orchestra. Oh, here we go. Becca Parks. She designed the logo. She's also a really good banjo player. That's also Captain Crook. The real Captain Crook is a cat that has wobbly cat syndrome, and that's where the name comes from for Captain Crook. His name was Captain Crook, and he's a good guy. But yeah, that's all I really got to say. It's not that hard.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done to get
You what?
just to like sell or whatever?
One time Slade included toenail tip trimmings in his cassettes because he thought it would be hilarious that people would buy it, and they bought it for like $80.
80 bucks. and
because of the
you get
toenail trimmings?
clippings?
Yeah, he thought he was like laughing so hard. He's like,
That's
he said, "Noise people will buy anything, and I'll prove it." And,
yeah, that's true. That's put two things together, nobody ever put together, some dumb schmuck will buy it. from
Yeah,
you.
that's
some
true.
unreleased stuff. This actually has some cool stuff from some '80s Buffalo bands that's never been released physically otherwise.
Oh.
Like what?
It's got some stuff by the Synthetics. It's got some stuff by. Oh, I can't remember. Let me look. We put this out years ago. Let me check. Here we go. Okay, you got more Becca Parks. Awaken Armageddon, which is me and Michael Esco, who you don't know, but it doesn't matter.
Is the Synthetics your parents' band?
That one was partially my parents, but also the Gips.
Okay.
The Panics of my parents, mostly. Yeah, Satan in Bondage, I think they're also Buffalo from the 80s. Yeah, there's I don't remember all of it. Oh, Asbestos Weekend was another Buffalo band. But, there's also actually, which is another fun thing to do, just before I close out here. I put one out that was all Buffalo music, not super long.
Oh, I was on that one.
You were on that one. I've always wanted to do a sequel to it. But Captain Crook went on
They have
break
the
for a
song
while.
Overboard on it or something like that?
Huh?
They have the song Overboard on it?
No, I
No,
don't.
something else?
I can't remember what I put on. What did I put on? I don't
Let's
remember.
find out.
I don't remember, Richard.
I based it on the old Buffalo flag. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, it's Queen City Volume 1, and it's got Buffalo Up, which I think is a really underrated song.
I can't see.
Erica the Ice Dragon, she has a song called Pages Piled High. Your song is Spinning It Around Again.
Oh, okay.
We got,
Yeah, songs are
we
in
got Peach Luffy doing Deep Sea, which
Is it Luffy or Luff?
it's Luffy because it's based on One Piece, because he told me once.
Oh, okay.
He just
Okay.
spelled it that way, so like,
I just wanted to
One
get back
Piece
up
doesn't
to
seem-
there so I can see the names over here. So I'm trying to see what those are because
you got the Folk Faces on here, Blurred Angels, which is, can't remember her name, but
folk face.
Dead Yesterday. You got the Folk Faces, of course, Arrangements on Fly Chunks. But yeah, doing local comps is a fun way to get people to check out your stuff too. So
As long as it's original.
yeah, it's
As long as you keep it original, because that's what the Taste of Buffalo should have been about. Because, I'm sorry.
Oh no,
Oh,
it's
it's
okay. I
okay.
think originals can be good, but even then, like I think you can. A fun thing Tiny Tim used to do was he would go to local cities and find all of the local music books and do an album based on local music from like 100 years ago or 60 years ago, and I think that can be fun too. Is just digging up old songs. So it's like originals are good, but I think you can find stuff that's a cover and make a unique thing out of it as well. But yeah, I think that's all I really got to say. That's the main gist of it.
I won't do any social commentary on this.
Oh, you can. I don't care.
John is not. He's not sensitive about that stuff.
No, I don't
Social
care.
commentary.
It's one issue I've been bringing up on my TV shows lately because about singing cover songs because, people have been so brainwashed to listen to cover songs all the time. When you start playing original music, even when you play original music in your shows, all it takes is one cover song and that's the only song they're going to remember from your show.
That is a fear I have because I play Wicked Game and everybody loves that song. They love the way I sing it, and I feel like sometimes they're just waiting for me to sing that
I
song.
mean, again, that's like I can understand that, but also like it depends. Like most of the stuff Green Schwinn does is covers, but is anybody necessarily going to know that? Who's going to know what Bushwhacker is? Some song from Australia from 120 years ago.
Like I said, once it's played continuously, that's the key to being remembered. If you play one certain song over and over again, that's even the one-hit wonders from bands from 40, 50 years ago. You know, they were one-hit wonders. They still remember them today.
Like I found a song.
Because they play them over and over again during that time period. And when you play them that long, eventually you're going to remember them sometime down the road.
No, absolutely.
And that's the same thing with music and Buffalo musicians. You know, they just have this, use the same practice with that. You know, the Buffalo music scene could be a lot more stronger than what it is today.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, I'm saying there's new ones. I found sheet music for a song called "Yesterday" from 1912. Fantastic song. Green Schwinn started doing it. I look it up. There's like no information on it because who's gonna know what "Yesterday" is when the Beatles' "Yesterday" exists? And this song is from like sheet music printed in Rochester like in 1890 or something. Like
Wow.
So like I think that there's nuance. Like some covers are like whatever. Some covers are like no one's like gonna ever hear this otherwise. Like so it's just there's nuance.
That's when the radio station's attitude. When they don't care. You know, they're trying desperately. They only care about themselves, putting money in their pocket. They don't care who gets. You know.
Well, that happens more and more and more, though, in this society, unfortunately. I see it just becoming worse all the time.
It is true.
Years ago, I had one
replace.
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say let's try and replace the radio with lovely things like Bandcamp. It's free for all to use, and Bandcamp Discover is a perfect way to just have them put on random things that you might never otherwise ever hear. Yes, that is all I have to say.
Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah.